Give everyone another minute or so. Again, if you're just turning on, final review unit 1. Under the topics page will be the outline. I'm going to show you, like, I think the classroom, it's kind of cool. Like, we're going to have seats everywhere. Holy cow. They're expecting a full house when you come back. Give you another minute to do the drill. Again, final review, unit 1 is the outline on the topics page. Put the chat box up, see how we're doing here. All right, here we go. Who's got A as in alpha? No. B as in broccoli? C as in Caroline? D as in Dodge? Man, Dodge lighting up the board here. E as in Ellen. All right, the Dodge man, strong. All right, anytime they're talking about real output in the long run, they're meaning something that would shift the LRAS curve or the production possibilities curve, which is the same. And that would be a change in quantity or quality of resources, change in capital stock, business investment, or a change in technology. D is a change in quantity of resources, an increase in immigration, more people in the United States. D as in dogwood, or better as D as in Dodge, is correct. Any questions on that?
Oh, Mr. Bressler, over break, my sister, I was trying to get her to do something and I was saying letters at her and she was screaming back the things you were saying because she overhears what you yell every single day.
How old's your sister?
She's a sophomore.
Okay. Well, good. We're teaching our economics through osmosis. That's excellent. I'm going to videotape all the classes next year, so when she's a senior, I'll just send her all the videotapes, okay? All right. So for the final next week, I'll get to that in a second, I think. So there's a macro review outline under the AP review topics page. The ultimate review guide, I think, is a great tool. So here's what I would do. Like today, I'm doing unit 1. I would then go after sometime tonight and do the ultimate review guide, unit 1. I think that will reinforce what I talk about here, and that should. There's all the macro graphs are there, okay? Wednesday, if for whatever reason from 3 to 5 you'd like to meet with me one-on-one to go over anything, send me an email. I'll also do a review Wednesday night. It seems like some of you guys practice. It's really hard, like, to try to do it for me because I have things going on sometimes Wednesday. So I'm going to do 7:30 to 8. I'll probably do review questions on sections 3 and 4 because they're the most testable. And then Thursday, I'll do a review at 7:30 just on FRQs. All right? So that would be that. A lot of resources for you. All right, so I put the quiz for today online. The quiz for today is based on the YouTube video that I sent out. I please would like you to do it with no notes and do it honestly. What I want to know is if Alex Dodge gets like 9 out of 10, he doesn't need to study Unit 2 for the final. He knows it. But if he gets 4 out of 10, then we know he has to see it. And the only way to do it is honestly, like, so do that. All right. All right, today's outline bears that. All right, so again, it's online. It's there to 11:59. All right. I think this is you guys. Hold it. Oh, no, maybe this is you. I hope this is you. All right, so on April 19th, the A Day guys will take the first 30 questions, and the B Day guys will do the FRQ. On April 22nd, the A Day guys will do the last 30 questions, even though a lot of you will be here A and B Day. Oh man, that's going to be fun to figure out. And the B Day guys will do the first 30. And then on April 23rd, the B Day guys will do the second 30, and the A Day guys will do the FRQ. And I put this on the, whatever we call that wonderful thing, the, Blackboard, the calendar, so you'll have it. Anyone have any questions on this? Okay. Okay. We're okay then. All right, that's those sections. All right, here's the makeup. Oh, by the way, I posted a practice test. I think it says macro final onto the AP review. That's an old AP exam. It has 60 multiple choice. It has 3 FRQs. It is an AP exam. That is going to be very much like the test you're taking for the final. So that is an excellent barometer if you're going to take a practice test. And I'll be available probably early Monday morning if anyone has questions on, because the answer key's there, but you still might have questions on it. All right, Unit 1, which is what we're going to do today, is 10%. Unit 2 is the video. The quiz is only based on that video or that unit. There might be some. All right, Unit 3, that's what you'll do tomorrow. That's 35%. Unit 4, probably Thursday, and Unit 5, Friday. All right, so there are your units. There's the breakup. So if I don't understand foreign exchange, which we'll go over again Friday, remember, it's the least, not that you should throw it away, but it's like 10%, where I need to know Units 3, which is fiscal policy and aggregate supply and aggregate demand, and Unit 4, which is monetary policy. Okay? All right. Micro versus macro. Micro, individual firms and markets. All right? Where macro is what we've been studying. So by the way, if it's not something we've been studying, it's micro. But macro would be industries, countries, trade, inflation, unemployment, things like that. All right. The thing you need here is the positive versus normative statements. Positives based on facts. Unemployment is 10%. That is a fact. Okay. Now, the normative could be unemployment is 10% based on Biden's economic policy. That is a judgment that could be argued. Okay. So the positive, again, based on facts. The normative, again, could be argued. Let me just see something. I want to just make sure I'm recording it. Yes. All right. All right. Trade-offs. Trade-offs are all the alternatives we give up. All right. So what do you give up by being here? You could be sleeping. You could be eating. You could be working. You could be hanging out with friends. You could be doing drugs. You could be doing a million things. The opportunity cost, your younger sister isn't listening to that, is she, Alex? That part of, no. Okay. The opportunity cost is what is the thing you most want to give up for being here, which could be sleeping. Is everyone going to have the same opportunity? No. Cameron might be sleeping. Alex might be working. Mr. Bauer might be studying. Everyone has different opportunity costs. Okay. All right. Here is your production possibilities curve. All right. If it's bowed out like this, I know it's increasing cost. Why? All right. Because resources are not easily adaptable. That would be like pizza makers and computers. Well, if I take someone from the pizza making industry, they don't have the skills I need for computer. So that's why it's increasing opportunity cost. So if it's bowed out like that, and they say you have to know it's also increasing opportunity cost. D would be not using your resources efficiently. So unemployment is D. They ask you to show them a recession. That's D. All right. It's not using your resources efficiently. If I go from D to A, I haven't shifted the curve. All right. I've just used, like now, the room's full with chairs. This room is now on the curve. When we had 13 in here, it was like D. Now I went from D to A or B or C. A, B, and C are all the same. The only thing I'll say is A is probably going to give you more long-term growth. Why is that? Cameron, why would A give me more long-term growth than C?
Because capital goods are things that like will produce more in the future than consumer goods.
Correct. Okay. And Mr. Bauer, tell me about E.
E is not a possible production, like it's more than what the economy can actually produce.
How could I, right, with present day resources,
Yeah,
right?
okay. I mean, that would be, never mind.
Go.
Like if you have an inflationary gap, can't you go a little bit past the curve?
No, an inflationary gap wouldn't change it. To really shift the curve, you'd have to shift the LRAS because an inflationary gap is short run.
I mean, like the point. Like if we were looking at like a present production as a point, and you had an inflationary gap, wouldn't that point be able to go a little bit past the curve?
No, because here's the curve is really a long run phenomenon.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you for asking. That was good. All right. All right. So we talked about, again, I said this, but we'll put it here. As you produce more of any good, that's the law of increasing opportunity. That's if it's bowed out. Okay. I talked about that on the last one. Now, Andrew, if it's a straight line, what do we know about the opportunity cost? Mr. Myers?
Yes, Mr. Bressler?
Yeah, if it's a straight line, what do we know about the opportunity cost?
It's constant.
It's constant. And about the resources?
They can be used like at the same ratio.
Yeah, easily adaptable. Okay, good job. All right, so resources are easily adaptable. It's constant. That's the straight line. All right? And that's like here, pizza and calzone. If you know how to make pizza, you know how to make calzones. I've made many a pizza. I don't think I've ever made a calzone, but you know, maybe I'll try that one time. All right. So here you go. The corn. Carter, what do we know about the corn and the wheat?
Their resources are, I don't know, they're right. Oh, adaptable. Yeah.
Okay, and the opportunity cost,
Constant.
and the other one, cactus and pine.
Oh, it's increasing and their resources aren't adaptable.
Okay, great. Thank you. All right. Here's just what I want. The three shifters of the production possibilities curve, change in resource quantity or quality. Now, humans are a resource. So when you're going to college, if we're getting more people in college, we're changing the quality of resource, and that'd be human capital. Change in technology, change in capital stock. And remember, capital stock is like business investment. It's factories, it's machinery, it's things that help make things. All right? So anytime business investment increases, capital stock increases. Okay. Wow. I didn't realize that was in this. Okay. All right. So absolute advantage is the producer that can produce the most output. So if it's an output problem, we're looking who can produce the most. If it's an input, we're looking who's using the least. So like input is hours. I want to work the least amount of hours to make a bushel of corn. All right. You can have the absolute advantage in both. Comparative advantage is the producers with the lowest opportunity cost. You want to specialize. You want to export the thing you have the comparative advantage in. Remember, you can only have the comparative advantage in one thing. You can't have them in both. Okay. All right. Dave, we're going to assume this is an output problem. Dave, who has the absolute advantage in wheat?
The U.S.
And in sugar?
The U.S.
All right. Here, because it's an output, we're looking for the biggest number. Dave gave it to us. Ethan, who has the comparative advantage?
The U.S. has the comparative advantage in wheat, and then Brazil has the comparative advantage in sugar.
Okay. So remember, it's woo! Output equals other over. So output, it's an output problem. The other is sugar. 30 over 30 is 1. Brazil, the other. So as Ethan said, the United States has it. We're always looking for the lower number. The United States has it in wheat, Brazil in sugar. All right, so there you go. Any questions on that? Now remember, for input, like if it said how many hours for a bushel of wheat, input is IOU, input, other, under. All right. All right. Now, Patrick, could you tell me what would be a good trade? So if the United States was trading 1 week to Brazil, what do they need to get back for that 1 week to make them happy?
2 sugars.
3 sugar, anything over what?
Yeah.
What number? Anything over what number?
Anything over 2.
Would 1.5 be good?
Yeah, I guess that would be good too. So anything over 1.
Anything over 1, right?
Mhm.
Now, Brazil, Patrick, how many sugars do they want to give up for 1 week?
Anything less than 2.
Anything less. So we got over 1, less than 2 between the 2 opportunity costs. So 1.2, 1.5, 1.8, any of those would be good trades. Okay? Any questions on how to do that? You're just looking, United States, 1 week, it costs them 1 sugar. All right, so if they want to make a trade, if they're trading 1 week, they have to get more than 1 sugar. They give up 2 sugars for 1 week. They don't want to give up more than 2 sugars. Otherwise, it doesn't help them. They have to give up less. So you got to get somewhere in between. Okay. AJ, which country should export sugar?
Should Brazil export sugar?
Yes. The one with the lowest opportunity cost you want to export. All right, good job. All right, we just did the turn. We just did this. I'm not just flashing through it just to ignore it, but we just talked this out. Patrick did a great job on that. All right. All right, what is supply? Oh man, I hope I didn't forget what is demand. Supply is the different quantities of goods that sellers are willing and able to sell at different prices. I don't think they ask about supply as much as the law of supply, and that's a direct relationship. Why? Because when prices go up, producers make more money, so quantity supplied increases. Remember, prices is about quantity supplied. All right. All right. And that's what I said, because at higher prices, firms make more money, so they'll supply more. Okay, here we go. Good old rat nest. Boom. Justin, R for rat nest is
Resources.
resources. Anything that goes into making the product is a resource. All right, wages, oil, because you're going to shift them with gas. Those are resources. All right, fits. Oh my God, it's 8th period on the first day back. How the heck are we even doing this? I don't know. But I got to tell you, I'm out of shape. My voice is cracking. I feel sore, so I understand. A is what fits.
Alternative production.
Alternative production. I can make wheat or corn. I'm going to make what's most profitable. Drew, T.
I can give you S. I don't really remember any of the other ones.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Taxes.
Okay. I'm going to put taxes on the bottom, but I'll take it. And Drew, make note of these, okay? Dan, do you remember the first T?
Me, Ben?
Yes.
The first T, I don't know the order of them, but wasn't one of them tastes?
No, you're thinking of demand. So we got taxes, and what's the other two?
I used to know this. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
this Easter break has worn you out, but that's okay. Because you've got good friends, they're raising their hand to help you. We're gonna go to Justin.
Is it technology?
It's technology, okay?
It's technology, Mr. Bressler.
Yes. All right. What do we got? Noah, N.
I don't. Is it new markets or something like that? That is not right.
I think you would have got there. Number of sellers. Sam, E. Anyone help Sam out here?
That expectation.
Oh, you got it. Expectations. Bad on me for giving up. Good job, Sam. Expectations. S. Will.
Oh man, it's like the one I don't remember.
Will, opposite of taxes.
Subsidies. Subsidies. Yeah.
All right. So we've got resources, alternative production, technology, number of sellers, expectations, subsidies, and taxes. Okay. All right. And a little rough, so we probably need to go over those sometime. All right. Demand. Different quantity of goods consumers are willing and able to buy at different prices. The law of demand is the one, again, I think they ask more. That's the inverse relationship. When price goes up, quantity demand goes down. And again, the reverse. Remember, it's quantity demand. All right, timer. See we a little better. TJ, T for timer.
Taste.
Yeah, taste and preferences. Cameron, I.
Is that investment?
No. But you're on that money thing. If I make a lot of money, maybe I have. What?
Interest?
No. One more I, yes.
I don't know.
AJ, you want to help him?
Would be income.
Income. Good job. Justin, M is?
Good question.
Yeah. Whoa. Man, you would think we were gone for 2 weeks. We're so rusty. Anyone for M?
Market size.
Market size. All right. E is going to be, who are we going to hit E with? Patrick, you want to take E?
Is this also expectations?
Yeah.
Okay.
2 E's, nice. And Drew, are we going to make a comeback with R?
Related goods?
Related goods, which is substitutes and complements. Okay? So we got taste and preferences, income, market size, expectations, related goods. All right. Now, remember, if I'm going from A to C, that's a shift in the curve, a change in demand, an increase in demand. If I'm going from A to B, that's a change in quantity demand. What's the difference? When the curve shifts, there's an increase in demand at every price. When I go from 3 to 2, quantity demanded just changes that one given price. So timer gets you from A to C. All right, timer is the only thing that shifts the curve. All right. All right, any questions on anything we went over so far? All right, just remember, anytime you're above the equilibrium, what are you going to get? Someone just yell out. You're above the equilibrium. Shortage or surplus?
Surplus.
You're going to get a surplus, right? Because you're supplying 40 and people are demanding 20. So anytime you're above the equilibrium, and they call this a disequilibrium, right? A disequilibrium, you're going to get a surplus. And eventually, now, not if you have a price floor, but say they take the floor away, you're going to go down to the equilibrium, all right? So if they eliminated the price floor, you would go down to the equilibrium. So demand would increase, quantity demanded would increase, quantity supplied would decrease. And if you're below the equilibrium, you'll always have a shortage. Okay. All right. Remember marginal analysis. Just remember marginal equals additional. So it's like how much money I made on an additional unit, how much benefit on an additional unit, how much cost on an additional unit. I don't like this example that much, so I'll go through it. Okay. So here are the 4 factors of production. Man, let's see. Mr. Myers, do you know one of them?
I definitely did at one point. If I saw one of them, I'd be able to tell you the rest. Another one. So.
All right, so I'm going to get someone else to give us the first and then get back to you. Mr. Sontag, I know you want to make a comeback. So could you give me one of the 4 factors of production?
Capital.
Capital. Mr. Myers. That didn't trigger it, huh, Mr. Myers?
I remember them now. That's dumb. Land.
All right, we have land, which is all natural resources. We have capital, not money, but investment, like capital, things that make things, machines, factories. So we got land, capital. Mr. Bauer, could you give me another?
I don't know.
Mr. Bauer, what would you call people who work in a restaurant? Workers, another name.
Labor.
Labor. So we got land, labor, capital. Fitz, we left the last one for you.
This is the one I didn't know. I knew the other 3.
All right, Bill Gates.
Entrepreneur, is that it?
Entrepreneurs, there we go. Good job. We got land, natural resources. We got labor. All right. We've got capital, again, things that make things. All right, tools, machines, buildings, factories. And then we have entrepreneur, there's human capital. By the way, the AP exam uses human capital a ton, but it's just capital, any skill. Again, that's you like going to college. And then the 4th one is entrepreneurs. Henry Ford, might be a little before your time. You think we teach you to do the 3 things entrepreneurs should do at school? Do we teach you to take the initiative, innovate, and act as risk bearers? Anyone? Yes, no? No one? All right. All right. Here we go. Good old circular flow. Like a stick government in the, yeah. All right. Just remember the product market. Individuals demand goods and services. They spend money. All right. All right. Businesses supply the goods and services. All right. And in return, they get dollars, revenue there. The resource market, businesses demand and household supply. Okay. So I go to the resource market, Calvert Hall hires me. All right. So I get income there. And then businesses with demand and the resource. All right. That's about all you need to do know for there. All right. Then good and bad about communism. Low unemployment. Nice. Everyone has a job. All right. Great job security because the government doesn't usually go out of business. Maybe that's not as true as we think because sometimes the communists. Less income inequality. Free healthcare. Nice. Man, I always wanted. All right. The bad things, no incentive to work harder. Why should Cameron work hard if he's going to make the same as me and he knows I'm lazy? No incentive to get things better because I'm not going to make any more money. So what's the difference? And since there is no competition, quality of goods are not that are poor. Okay. Corrupt leaders. It's funny, everyone makes the same except a few people who make a ton. But you might say that. I don't want to get into the United States. All right. And then, of course, you have few individual freedoms. All right, here characteristics of the free market. If you think the United States, little government involvement in the economy. Now, this could be argued like Republicans would say the government's too involved, Democrats would say not involved enough, but the government really doesn't decide how many sneakers Nike produces or how many shirts we buy, all right? So laissez-faire, that's really hands-off. Individuals own. So we own the resources, all right? We own the labor, we own the land, and so that is an important thing. There is an opportunity to make profit, so there's an incentive. Even you guys, like the incentive maybe to get to a better school, to get better grades, get scholarships, all those things are incentive driven, all right? There is a wide variety, way too much for me. Like, I remember when you could go to the supermarket and just buy the sugar cereal, you know, Frosted Flake. Now, if my wife sends me for sugar cereal, there's 17,000 of them. I always get the wrong one, like M&M's. We couldn't just leave it alone with plain and peanut. We have a pretzel and caramel and everything in there. Drives me crazy. All right, and then competition and self-interest work together. So Ben makes a great computer, not because he cares about society, because Ben wants to make money. In return, I don't care really about what's going on in the world, but I want to make more money, so I make a better computer than Ben at a cheaper price. He then, and that back and forth is how the market regulates itself. And that's why people say laissez-faire, because the market will regulate itself that way. Okay. All right. Before I we do anything? Any questions anyone has? No one with not a single question. Everything was just done perfectly today. All right, Fitz, if you could put in there the poll everything. Let's see, could I get the poll everything up? Because you got to get it up on the other computer. As crazy as that might sound. All right, if you guys could do the learning 1 through 10, that would be much appreciated. If we could get everyone to do it today, I would be you'd make me happy. Okay. Could everyone pull in? There we go. Well, yeah, thank you. Keep going. I should show you the lines moving. I don't know, could you see this? But here are the lines moving. Someone else pull in so you could see the line move. All right, I guess we stop. All right, questions? Questions, please. Come on, someone needs a question. Even write no questions. Okay. I'm going back and forth with word problem practice and getting out the information. Yeah, I'll try to combine it, try to do some more problems. I think like tomorrow, there's a ton of information, so maybe not as many word problems, but I also feel like on the word problems, we've got the 60 practice problems and we'll do the practice like quizzes. And there will not be a quiz on this material tomorrow, so you won't have a quiz. But remember to do today's. All right, suggestions besides word problems, and then you could go. Great to have you back. Okay. All right, have a great day.